Logs, C2, and people argue one of the hardest topics, but I'm going to show you a little trick that will hopefully help you. So what on earth do I mean by logs? Now, obviously, I do not mean the bits of tree that fall down and that you trip over and all that kind of jazz, and that you can hide in and that you find animals in and all sorts. I actually mean the mathematical log. Now, I know you're thinking, what on earth are you talking about? You've gone absolutely batty this time, but just bear with me for a second, okay? You know how to answer the top two questions. 3 to the power of 3, well, that's 3 times 3 times 3, which is 27. And you also can answer the second type of question. Something squared is 16. So we can just square root both sides, and that leaves me with plus or minus, please do not forget that, 4. So x could be 4, or x could be minus 4. Okay, so we're dealing with indices, and we're dealing with index problems, okay? But here's the thing. Sometimes the unknown, the x, is in the power and not in the base being the big number. Now, if it's a case like this, 5 to the power of something is 25. You're obviously, hopefully, going to be able to tell me that x is 2. But what happens if we don't know the square number or the cube number? What happens if it's 3 to the power of something is 7? So we do know that 3 to the power of 1 is 3, and 3 to the power of 2 is 9. So it's somewhere, x is somewhere between 2 and 1. That's what we do know, okay? Because we know what 3 to the power of 1 is, we know what 3 to the power of 2 is. But we don't actually know what x is. And that, for me, is an issue. So I am going to use a log. I'm going to convert my index expression, this one that I want the answer to, into a log, and hopefully that log will tell me the answer. But how on earth do I get an index expression like that into a log? Well, we're going to use my very helpful friend Jiro to tell me how to do this, so you need to listen very carefully, okay? I think that's enough of that. But you get the picture, right? We're going to drop the base. Okay. How on earth, I hear you cry, do we do that? Right, well, let's go back to our expression, okay? We had 3 to the power of x is 7. We've established that the 3 is the base. We know that the x is an index, it's an indice. And 7's our answer. So 3 to the power of something is 7. Okay, now what logs allow us to do is untangle this whole mess. And in order to convert it into a log, we need to drop the base. Okay, so I'm going to introduce log, not a wooden one, but a log. And I'm going to drop the base. Okay, so log base 3. What we're doing is just rewriting this index expression in a different form. But what this different form will do is allow us to put all of the numbers on one side and the x's on the other, which means we can get an answer. Okay. Log base 3, 7 gives you x. If you don't believe me, try it, put it in your calculator, and then do 3 to the power of your answer. You need to click your answer button, and I promise you, it will give you 7 or as near as anything. And if it can't give you 7, it's because your calculator can't take enough numbers, can't take enough decimals for accuracy to give you the 7 back. But it is there. Now this is a number because this is a number. So it's a number, it's a logarithm, and logs have certain rules, but we're going to talk about those in another video. But for now, I just want you to remember how to convert something into a log expression. Let's do one more. Okay, let's do something that we actually know the answer to. 2 to the power of x is 32. Now, if you're like me, you probably have to count these, but 2 is 2 to the power of 1, 4, 2 to the power of 2, 8, 3, 16, 4, 32, 5. So we know that x is 5. And obviously, if you can do it that way and it's nice and easy, do. But let's, for the purposes of this, actually convert this into a log. Now, what was the one thing we had to do to convert things into a log? Listen carefully. Okay, so how does one drop the base? Well, the base number is 2 because the x is the indice. So we're going to drop the base. We're going to make it little. Log little 2. Base 2, 32. Okay, I haven't told you how to put this in your calculator yet. There is a lovely button on your calculator that has logs, box, box. So this is a button somewhere on your calculator. I might actually get my calculator out to see if I can find it for you. And you can hit that button, and then you can go in and you can fill out all those bits, and out pops a very lovely expression for you. So you probably have, you definitely have a log button that's without anything, and if you've got a just a scientific calculator, there's this button. If there isn't, we will talk about it in class, what it looks like on the graphic calculators. But for the purposes of this, at least you know how to calculate them, you know how to convert them. Great, well done. Right, so next time we're going to look at how we get things out of logs and then the rules of logs. We know